All right, everybody. It is the 23rd of June, 2020. I'm Scott Al Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. That was Mia. This is the backyard, aka El Patio in Espanol. Um, and and today, just a work day. Um, Paul and Dominica are exhausted from having been dealing with the funeral and all that stuff, so they're kind of just chilling today. My replacement hard drive came, but it also didn't work, which is really, really frustrating. Been dealing with that for the last couple days. Was really hoping to have that working last week. Um, and my new lights that my dad sent me, he had some LED studio lights that he apparently wasn't using anymore, and I had tried out that new one just last week, and he saw that and was like, hey, do you need these? These are very similar. I'm like, actually, it seems like I can use these. So he sent them, and I got them today, and starting to use them. And boy, not a lot to report. There was a bit of work, and then we just watched some TV and stuff, or movies tonight, or whatever, and chill. So I'm actually several days behind, just because it's been a busy week, and I'm actually recording this on Sunday, so I'm backtracking a bit to get all caught up. But I'm all caught up, so we're chill. We're all good, people. I have all the episodes now, so chill. Don't worry, I got it covered. Um, I don't know if I really reported this, but so on Sunday night, Liesl and I actually spent a really long time talking about her career ideas and desires and how much she's really interested in being a video game designer. And she wants to go back and start looking at old video games to see like how they're like Ultima and Wizardry and Bard's Tale and Mac Ventures series, and she wants to see what video gaming was like in the 80s and like start learning some of that stuff. King's Quest, and she has played Space Quest and loved it when she was younger, back in 2013, I think we started playing that, her and Luciana and I. And Luciana was so young. That was almost 7 years ago. So Luciana was barely, can that be 2.5 years old when we played Space Quest? Maybe 3. And she still remembers little bits of it, and she really loved it at the time. Now she's old enough to actually remember it. Boy, it's hard to believe. It was somewhere between, it was while we were still living in Peekskill is when we did it. So I could look it up, but it was, let's say it was even 5 years ago, right? She was tiny. She was barely 4. And there's no way she was 4 because we were in Spain after that point. So she had to have been maybe a late 3 at most. Just crazy that's the stuff that we've played. But so Liesl's really interested in that stuff. She really wants to understand video game making and look at lots of different tools and try making lots of different types of games, and stuff like that. And so we spent a couple hours just discussing that, just her and I, talking about games, talking about careers, talking about what she has to do now to be able to do that sometime in the future, and what a future career could look like, and all that kind of stuff. And we talked about one of the things I really want to do is make a game akin to Nancy Drew, but obviously much higher quality, because those games are good, but there's a lot that could be improved on the technical side, on the art side, on the music side, on the acting side, plus the story side, right? There's just so many aspects that they do okay, and they kind of balance it, but boy, they could do a lot better. And this last, I don't even want to go into it, but there's a lot of room for improvement and a lot of cool opportunities, I think, out there, on all sides, for the excitement of creation and to make something that's really great for the audience, and to make a difference. So that was a cool thing on Sunday, and so we're hoping the Steam Summer Sale starts later this week, and we're just really hoping to put in a lot of work learning about video games and video game creation and all that stuff with her, because it's something that she seems to be showing a passion about. And definitely when I was her age, the passions that I had then turned into what I do now. So there's a really good opportunity that if she is like me, it is possible that this really is her figuring out what it is she wants to do long term, has a good understanding of it, and may actually pursue that meaningfully, potentially for the rest of her life. So, and we feel that it's a really good fit for her. Like, it's the things that she enjoys doing and being, and how she likes to interact with the world. I think video game creation is something that could really make a difference for her. She's also really interested in video game streaming, which is a newer thing, and she's been talking to me about trying to get into that, and so maybe I'll be able to get to some of that this week, once I get the hard drive working and some stuff on the computer. Maybe I can get to a point where she can actually stream some of her games and start learning about what that's going to take. And that's a bit of a different path, but there's a lot of overlap, and we will see. But pretty much nothing to report. It was just a normal work and everything day. And a lot of good stuff, a lot of interesting stuff going on this week with work. We will see how it pans out, of course, always the case. And as always, we're looking forward to moving to Nicaragua as soon as opportunity allows. I'm going to call it a day. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.